Oh my god!
Killed him.
You destroyed the boy.
Oh my god.
Seeger, do you
really
need to leave
sent
for
him.
I
a
can't
minute?
take credit for that. I stole it from Winnie the Pooh.
So I started the recording mid-laugh. I feel the need to explain.
Oh, but I haven't interrupted in so long.
Yeah, I know. I feel the need to explain that what just pushed him over was the fucking phrase "kung flu," and let's move on from there. And welcome back to Nat19, Vestige of Ophiuchus. What happened last time?
The guards affected by the memory disease.
That's what I'll be calling it also.
That's what I have it listed in my notes. I can't remember what its name is.
God
Am-
damn.
Come on, guys.
Amnesis. It's like
Amnesia.
amnesia, but with an isis.
I hate it.
Okay, but memory disease. Big battle happens.
Amnesis.
Amnesis, I say.
Amniotic plague. Plaguer. I put an R. Amniotic plaguer.
Amniotic plaguer. You got it, Logan.
All right, this is what it is from now on. I can't wait to be making jokes about this when Jerky's fucking dying. All right.
That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt, Spencer.
I think that was. I think that's pretty much it. I think we decided to go back to.
You did. That was the. You guys.
Whatever.
You guys.
Son of a bitch.
And it was your birthday, and it was awesome.
We now have a
you
shared
butthole.
birthday, man.
Oh
Throw
god.
that away.
Danced around the campfire. Sang songs.
Against his will, he danced around the campfire.
An important thing to mention because revenge.
You and I.
The two of us.
Dungeons and Dragons Essentials kit.
Making castles in
Is that
the
what this is?
sky.
Oh, no,
Just
that's
the two of
Hold
us.
on. Hold 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 on.
Holding.
Holding on.
Holding.
Hold on.
Hold on.
OBS.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
I'm gonna be
on.
sorry.
Everyone's having a great time.
Any way you want it, that's the way you
Channel.
need it.
And away you want it.
Stewie, cut this
And
out.
I love and they gave us horses.
Yes.
To get to summer
We're
grass
all riding
faster.
horses.
Oh.
What are our horses' names?
Oh no.
Horse 1, horse 2.
My horse is named Horse.
Oh.
My horse is not good enough,
Wow.
Chester.
Oh, no.
My horse is named
I
Butch.
I don't feel like naming. I don't
Damn
feel
it.
like naming my horse.
Got him.
I shall name mine Peanut.
Oh, it's so cute.
Pat, pat, pet.
My horse shall be Roach 1. Spencer shall be Roach 2. And Dizzy shall be Roach 3.
I will love you forever, Roach 3.
I will name my children after you, Roach 3.
I feel like Aristo needs Moriarty.
Yes.
That's totally fair.
I mean, I feel like I'm maybe being profiled here, but it's okay, Moriarty.
That's good that you feel that way because you are.
So as we were packing everything up, then, if that's the case, and Fenris being the one who like mentioned to me to like wash myself off and made sure that I got all my armor clean and stuff, I'm just gonna Fenris, just kind of like looking back over toward him. I have a inquiry.
Ask away.
Can animals be affected by amnesis?
I wish you didn't ask me that. I believe so, if I recall properly.
He looks over toward Jerky. Jerky attacked one of those people before.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Do you think there's anything we can do to see if he's all right, or anything?
I could take a look, but Jerky doesn't really seem to be the type to allow people close. And even then, I can't discern symptoms so early on.
What do you think you could do, even if you couldn't discern it immediately? Is there anything in your repertoire? I don't know a lot about how your abilities work.
I can pray? I mean, unfortunately, when a disease has no cure, that's all we can do.
Can you give him any sort of help, any sort of potential aid to, I don't know, make his pain feel better or restore him in any such way?
Just,
playing.
you
I'm
see
playing.
her head kind of just tilts, and you see this kind of very solemn look on her face, and she's like, I wish I could tell you I have something, but studies haven't gone that far. I mean, even one of the best people in the field hasn't made much headway.
Would it be too much to ask to do anything at all, even if you don't think it would work?
Do you have any ideas? Yeah.
Yes, Logan.
I'm just making sure that this is roleplay and not you just not being aware that you can cast Lesser Restoration.
Oh, that's a good point. You know that might have been a bread thing.
You would have to spend you would have to spend a couple minutes praying to change it out, but you have.
I don't think anyone's gonna be like, no, we have to leave now, except for
Fucking
like,
stay and save Jerky, goddammit!
Want to
Uh,
save our jerky friend.
I suppose I could certainly pray.
One moment, as he just kind of like gives the reins off to Lyra.
She takes him. She's now in
Starts,
command of this horse. This is her horse
Yes.
now.
If she demands to be the one riding the horse, I will take the back.
Oh, I love it.
Quintus is a man after my own heart.
I love them.
Okie dokie, let's do this and not fuck it up.
I believe. I believe.
I mean,
As you approach Jerky,
Oh,
I'm gonna have him roll against fear. Boop. Oh, he almost was scared of it. All
No.
right.
oh no.
He, as you approach him, he seems cautious of you at first. You have to go outside of the walls of Fort Deepwell, and you have to. He backs up from you enough that he ends up like in some trees nearby. Like he actively avoids you at first, like walking away, trying to get out of your sight. But then when it becomes clear that you're not going to leave him alone, he eventually turns around, lays down with his paws out in front of him, keeping his eye on you, gets very low to the ground, allows you to approach him, and when you put the jerky in front of him, the rations in front of him, he doesn't react negatively, but he does. As he lets you get close, you see his eyes soften, and he seems to take on a very submissive tone. His body language becomes very submissive. It seems like he went from being terrified of you to effectively giving up on living should you so choose to kill him. Like he expects that he's just going to have to. He expects that he's just going to have to take.
This is why we care about this boy.
You get the sense that he's just expecting to take whatever punishment you have in mind for him. Whenever you go to try to cure this, you know there's some resistance to this. Amnesis is a magical disease effectively, but it operates in a way that you're not terribly used to. It doesn't seem to function as a disease entirely as much as it's like a very low-key biologically transmitted curse. You use Lesser Restoration, you reach out, you make contact with Jerky, you call upon your god to grant you healing energy, which you flood Jerky with. And you try to apply all your knowledge of amnesis to try to specifically counteract its effects. You have no way of being certain that it worked or didn't work, unfortunately. You guys come to a cliff face. I'd like everybody to roll me perception because I assume that you're all being pretty vigilant during this trip. You guys come to a cliff face where you just have to lead the horses around and... All right. Just gonna see how these go before I get too deep into. Oh my God, party! Come on, guys.
Listen, there's a new pretty lady.
It's true. Yes.
Oh my god.
It is true. I mean,
Oh, yeah, does Billy get a roll?
You guys have a map. There's a fight coming.
Ridiculous.
As you guys are heading up there, you hear the loud screeching of what sound like two heckin', it's a very raspy,
Poor Molly.
bird-like caw.
I know, I can't find anywhere to put Molly!
If
Do
you
that.
if you have to put the horses in behind the group, then put the horses in behind the group. Who else is on their horse?
Does that affect spellcasting or anything?
No. All right.
Aristo's pretty frail. He'd be riding it.
So I'll put Vogan off to the side here, and we'll just have you occupy the space your horse is occupying. Aristo, same with you. Yours
well, that's
is...
Lexi's horse.
Is it?
Yeah, what
Molly
the hell,
is?
Molly? I called dibs on
Well,
Molly.
where's your goddamn horse, Vogan?
I'm guessing he has Chalder, we'll say.
You
I didn't call a horse. So.
He has Chalder.
I need to know what horse you're on in order for you.
Sure, I'll have Chalder.
All right.
Perfect. There we go.
There, we did it. We solved the where are you on your horses puzzle. All right.
I gotta be honest, I wasn't a fan of that puzzle, Logan.
Okay. You guys hear this screeching coming from up the cliff face, and you see the shadows of two relatively large, almost man-sized creatures with a wingspan that makes them quite large. Briefly would have blocked out the sun.
The fuck is that? Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is.
Fuck you, what is it?
It's
What
a
is-
Perryton.
I'm not here to help you.
Yeah, it's true.
Useless ass Spencer. Oh,
This large creature rakes you with its claws. As it hits you, you guys get a good view of it. You guys see that you're being attacked by this boy.
oh, they're beautiful. Oh,
Until
I
they
like
attack.
their mane.
love everything about
Comes by, starts ripping into you, trying to tear at you. For a second, you feel like it's trying to lift you off the ground, Miriam, but it doesn't manage to. It doesn't manage to take you away. After it does, it lets out another screech at you, shocking you, and then immediately flies another 20 feet up, 25 feet up. You're on Ravesh, you're on Stride, and you are.
A Ravesh?
I'm not
you mean
on
a
Stride.
peanut?
I see.
I'm not budging from this.
All right, you are on Peanut.
yeah!
Congrats.
Bullshit! How come I can't have Roach?
She can. I can't tell her what to call her horse in game. I can tell her what her horse's
Bullshit.
name is, but not what to call her
Actual
horse.
horseshit is what this is.
The good thing is that I never listen.
As you guys are
I'm
doing that, you
sorry.
hear another one swooping in, and you see a second large shadow come down from the other side, flanking you guys. Surprised, 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 and Vogan.
All right. Wind chain. Bang.
Alrighty, go ahead and use.
Did it.
And bam.
Oh,
But you have maximum, so it's wasted.
I know.
But you hit.
Action surge. How about you die?
Vogan
Or
just.
don't.
Oh.
Wait, can I put an inspiration to do it?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Yay! I'll just roll it again.
Yeah. Vogan just Nova.
One.
oh my god!
Saving face! Does a plus 5. Does a 12 hit it?
No.
Damn it!
Oh,
You
Vogan.
just Nova rounded the fuck out of that.
Ah!
Flies towards Lexi, goes to hit. As it does, it uses the momentum of the dive to add some damage onto it. It's going to strike you, both slamming into you and raking you with its talons, Lexi. You are
Oh
out.
my god!
No!
The fuck?
Lexi is down.
Oh!
Hell no.
It
Oh,
strikes you.
hell
You
no.
fall from the horse. Or you weren't on the horse. You fall and you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It then picks you up and carries you off.
It almost max damaged that. That's crazy.
Fucking, this isn't very fun. Fucking, I'm just imagining if that thing carried her away, and fucking everyone's like, no! Except Aristo and Vogan, and they're just like, shame.
Oh, wait. What am I doing? Lexi's down.
Yeah, fucking help me.
Hold on.
Jesus!
if you have healing
Oh
word,
no, it
you
rolled
can...
anyway. Shit. Sorry. I didn't mean to
I'm
do
on
that.
fire!
If you have such, you put your hands on Lexi. Lexi, you feel life come back to you after your savage, traumatizing bird attack.
Oh, what happened? There was
Flat
a
on your back
bird
on the
in the
ground.
dark.
All right,
Yes,
this,
that is my turn. I am done with this turn.
this boy's going to dive attack Vogan. Flies
Well,
down
no.
30
Try
feet, comes in for a gore, goes for a gore, hits with the gore. It's going to use the momentum of the attack to use dive attack. Here comes some damage,
Look
my
out.
boy.
This is brutal.
He gets knocked off the fucking cliff and insta-dies.
Swoops down, strikes you, dealing 16 damage to you, causing your concentration on Scorpion Mark to expire.
These fucking birds, man!
What a waste of a goddamn fucking thing.
Oh.
I hate this fight.
The gods of D&D have told us that we have to make use of more saving throw things because we can't roll attack rolls for shit in this game.
Yeah,
We're gonna get eaten by these phoenix deer.
it's true. The smaller of us will be carried off.
All right, Miriam.
Well,
Jump,
my
hop
dear
over.
bird, it's been pleasant, but
Oh!
I'm afraid we're gonna have to kill you.
That's my favorite insult I've ever heard.
Did you
Oh!
He said deer bird because they're birds with
bird.
deer.
Ah!
It failed.
Finally!
Hooray! You fucking time! I get up. This thing fucking hurt me, so I'm gonna put you at it. I'm guessing because it's up in the air, I don't get any sneak attack or anything like
Correct.
that, so it's just a straight shot. Yeah.
Hide behind the horse, quick!
Here I go! It'll never know!
Dive in
Yeah,
the
okay.
bush.
I'm gonna put you.
You just dive into the bush. Moment of silence. Crossbow bolt comes out of the bush. Oh!
I mean,
Dang!
oh, if only it was a sneak attack.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Kill that 30-foot sign.
That's fair. Die.
You fire at it like with
Die?
the others. It seems to resist the damage, but you strike it. It takes 8.
Do a favor for your buddy Vogan.
Do me a favor.
Me, your friend, Vogan.
And fucking die! All right, and skadoosh.
You just hear Lyra stop
This is
playing.
the
You're
first damage this
I'm
one's
not
taken.
sure you actually needed my help.
Aww.
It's appreciated though. And bonus action, second wind. Hey, there we go.
No, that was a very good turn.
Better than my previous turn where I fucking wasted all my shit.
Keep some luck for yourselves. I appreciate that you clearly give me all your luck. You need to have some.
I'm gonna choke
Logan?
you to death, Logan.
Uh,
Spencer said you were a thing. You were also going to threaten him in some kind of way, and I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Go on.
It flies back up 30 feet, FYI.
I was going to say I'm gonna choke you to death.
Alright, Aristo, you're up. Noting that, yeah, it flew up again 30 feet.
I'm gonna move my hex over to
Alrighty.
here.
I'm gonna... Alright, I'm targeting him now.
Excellent. Then let's try for more pepper this time.
Dear God, please bring that pepper. That ain't enough pepper, I
That's
don't
not
think.
nearly enough pepper. I'm just not on today. I'm sorry, guys.
You can do
No,
it,
it's
Aristo.
okay,
We're all the
Aristo.
same.
Be better.
Oh.
I'm dying!
Fogan!
So, I want to hold my action.
You're gonna do the same thing I was gonna do.
No. I'm gonna try and grapple it.
Yeah, you're gonna do the same thing I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh my boys,
Sure,
hell
I'll
yeah.
hold my action for when it gets in range. I want to fucking grapple it.
And so you're gonna go ahead and hold that action to get ready to grab it.
Yeah.
And
God.
Aristo.
Come at me, bird. Come at me.
Do it. Go at him. This poor fucking thing.
It would be
What do you mean this poor thing?
I know, the visual of it's really bad.
You know what? Sure, totally.
This fucking dog pile on this bird.
Yes, exactly.
like each grab a wing.
You guys fucking grab it and I just shoot it in its fucking face as you pin it to the ground. Like,
Dodge this.
Here's how this is gonna go.
Come at me, bird.
It's gonna come down. It's going to attack Vogan. It's going to do its first attack, and then all of your reactions will go off.
excellent.
Come at me, bird.
Here comes the bird. It misses. It like goes down and charges at you. As it does, you reach up and try to grab the horns as they come at you.
Can I say the aid is like Quintus gets to the side of the horse and just holds his shield up so Vogan can step on it to grab him?
Fuck yeah.
Great.
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage, and it's gonna roll an athletic strength check with disadvantage.
Ah! Oh no! All right. Hold on. Inspiration.
You already have advantage.
No. The D6 that I got from Lyra.
Okay.
Ah! Yeah,
It's better than
12!
nothing.
It rolled the same as you with disadvantage. It got a 6 plus its 3.
I believe in you.
I have no inspiration, so I can't fucking do anything to help myself. Okay, here we go.
Lexi, do it!
I'm gonna do it.
I'm going.
Fuck, I'm
This
not
is
scarfed
Goku
enough. Okay,
and
that-
Piccolo versus Raditz right here.
No.
Charging my attack.
That's a hit.
Yeah! Okay, fuck. I gotta put on my goddamn sneak attack. One sec.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it!
I'm trying.
You fire at it, you hit it, you deal 8 damage total to it as it strikes into it. It lets out a fierce caw as it's struck. Heckin'.
It's still grappled, so you know, maybe it can't fly away.
Yep, it is gonna go for a Talon's attack on Vogan.
It's fair.
And it's gonna get a nat 20.
Oh my god, that's fair!
Luckily, it can't add its dive attack to that because it's no longer got momentum. So here comes. Oh! 16 damage.
Focus on killing it. I'm fine.
Someone get him!
Carves into you.
Can I say I got off the horse when I like fucking?
I'm just holding you up.
Do you want to have gotten off the horse when you did that?
Yeah, I like fucking jumped out of the
Let's-
off my horse onto his shield and grabbed him midair.
Let's move the two of you onto that space then. We'll see. But at the same time, Aristo, you're still elevated, so you're still good.
Seeing all this and seeing Vogan get chunked by this bird, it's like, not to worry, Vogan, I've got.
If you steal this fucking
Come
kill,
on! I haven't hit anything yet. Just let me have this. I hate today. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
useless to me. You're useless.
Keep
Well, now we're just
trying, Aristo!
You're
We
doing your
believe
best!
in you!
Your turn, Miriam.
Sorry,
Harry
friend,
been
but it's
insulted to death.
about
This
time we
criticism
clipped
is not
those
very
wings.
constructive.
Clip him, Miriam.
Get him.
get him.
Got it. Damn it!
It's distracted, Miriam.
I don't think it understood you.
I don't think it cared.
Can
Set
I
on
turn it-
fire, Fenris.
Can I turn into a
Get him,
fox?
Fanny.
Can someone yeet me at the bird and can I eat it? God damn it! Oh, I'm just gonna shoot it.
Fair enough.
Fucking god, die!
Right? I
Why are the
get
people-
you.
Excuse me!
You are. It is in Vogan's space.
Oh, okay. Never mind! Habba!
That's a hit.
Habba! Damn.
Oh, come on.
You got this.
Why
silly
would
kid.
this thing die?
It's got
Guys.
one hit point,
What?
doesn't it?
It's Nat 19, right?
Bam, 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 bam.
Bow.
We are gonna eat this thing.
Oh yeah.
That isn't dexterity?
100%.
I will feast this night.
Flame is a dex save, so.
Yes, it is.
Hello.
If
Goodbye.
Cook the bird! We're gonna eat it!
Oh shoot.
Fenris, you're gonna get some more
Ah.
It's
antlers.
just holy light descends on the
Why-
fog, and he's like, "Ugh."
I accidentally clicked the wrong thing.
It-
Heck.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's still the same save.
Here you go. Yeah.
Finally!
How do you want to do this?
I feel like I just say, for the love of God, die, and it bursts into flames.
And your god says, okay. As you bring up your hands to cast Sacred Flame, as you do, Vogan, you start to get this hot sensation as you notice patches of it start to catch on fire in your arms. It stops squawking. You pull back briefly. As it catches a flame, it ignites, lets out a comical but very pained squawk, then just falls to the ground, charred by the flame. Cool. All right, so that you did it. You solved my cannibal bird deer puzzle.
What kind of animal are you gonna kill now?
Sick fuck.
We gotta get rid of Lyra.
My beauty, guys.
At Fort Deepwell, very briefly, you didn't catch her name. You didn't really talk to her all that much. Boof. We have art for her now, since she's going to be showing up more than a few
Why
times.
didn't we?
She's beautiful.
My God.
I think I need to change my line of work.
Ah, she's so cute.
Have I mentioned I'm looking for a wife? I'm kidding.
To every woman you've met, yes.
Well, I
And
didn't.
some
I
men.
apparently didn't to her.
gets to about midway on the gateway between the two, and she looks to the lot of you, puts her hand out to you, effectively beckoning you through the gates into the Platinum District.
Looks to the guard.
Already there.
Excuse us.
Hello. Have you all finished your business then with Kyverium? You got back a lot faster than we thought you would.
We're actually here on an extension of the situation.
Yes, we'd like to speak with Edrican, if possible.
Certainly. Is there anything I should know ahead of time?
No, it shouldn't be anything too different.
Is there anything that you'd like? I could send word ahead and have any food or whatnot brought to the Amberwood company before you get there.
Potentially a nice roast.
That might be a bit hard to prepare on short notice. Are you planning on staying a while?
No, I'm just playing around. We need to get back to the guild after we speak with him.
And she nods.
All right. Follow me. If you could just proceed that way and down the hall, there's a very large waiting area that we normally reserve for guests and meetings. If it's okay with you, could you meet there and I'll have Edrigan come see you in a second?
Thank you very much.
He walks in, looks to all of you.
I don't mean to keep you, Mr. Vermont, but is there anywhere more private we could speak?
More private than here? Can't imagine why.
We just assume there may be many prying ears.
The only other employees that are here currently are, well, they're in the warehouse, and that's on the other side of... We should be fine.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Right, so...
He sits down, folds his hands.
I trust you've concluded your business then.
Not even close.
We made contact with the
significant.
Smirkwire. That's a
We were-
generous way of putting it.
We
yes.
were ambushed and left for dead after a week of being potentially, well, tortured.
They knew to expect us.
So, despite the fact that we kept this to as few people as possible, they still managed to intercept it somehow. I was wondering
Not
what
only
had
that-
happened when none of the other people that were sent had come back.
Not only that, upon us waking up and going back to the fort, we found out something very horrendous.
Is that what you needed to talk to Kyverium about?
We were hoping
wish
we
we
could help
could.
find him. Dr. Kyverium allegedly received a letter from us during the period of time that we don't have much memory, and left the fort.
It was apparently delivered by your Amberwood company.
Right, because you told me to.
Oh, what? We told you to?
Slow turn.
How long ago?
Diane, could you... Specific dates, please. Right,
What's her name?
Her name is Diane.
Her
Get
name is
over
Diane.
it.
I'm sorry, my brain just malfunctioned for a minute. Okay, we're good.
She has claim to that name, Logan.
Apparently.
Sorry, that took me out of the moment.
Um,
It's fine, I don't care.
It's Diane with two N's, though, because it's like the fantasy name version of Diane.
So she's special.
I see.
She's not like the other girl. She's quirky.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
she starts flipping.
Diane's rolling in her
She
brain.
starts flipping through pages in the ledger that she.
Sorry.
She starts slipping through pages in the ledger that she has, and she's like,
On the 19th of June, Aristo came here. He asked that we set up a meeting outside the Platinum District, and we did. He dictated a letter that we had copied down, and we had that sent to Kyverium.
Well, that's
This was after
problematic.
we had set out.
And
Indeed.
you're sure that this was definitely this exact Aristo?
Looked the same, yeah. I mean, obviously I can't be... Yes.
What did Aristo say whenever he came back? We were under a mission from you. Did you not have any questions?
We had asked how things were going, and Aristo, you had said that there were complications, and that you couldn't say much more, and you had to keep it to as few people as possible, that there was research involving Messite. You said dictating the letter was the most you were willing to do. We
Do you
had
have
no
a copy of the letter?
Well, we don't have a copy of it, but,
looks over to Diane.
I could remember it, and I could write it out for you again.
This sounds like magic.
We were indisposed for that week. If Aristo came here, it was not of his own will.
That's true. We are really good at making ourselves not look like ourselves, so...
Blasted shapeshifters.
We
And I
were
can't
assaulted
imagine
by
the
this
Rista looking at
Merkwire
each-
as well as a
So-
woman. Okay.
Just to hold up a second.
You're good at making you not look like yourselves? Lexi.
I done fucked up!
Turn head to Lexi.
I thought I'd be the one!
Immediately steps forward.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
Is there something wrong?
You... Correct me if I'm wrong, but you just insinuated that you are a Quixodria.
Maybe.
You, one of the people who went on the mission to try to go after the bandit lord who is said to be allied with the Quixodria, on a mission where there was no possible leaks. You claim to be a Quixodria.
Oh, I see what picture you're painting here, but I
How
have to
about you
say
give us that letter
Yeah, I don't know
instead
what
of
he's saying.
asking these questions?
I don't really get what he's saying.
He's implying that you're the...
Scandal, I think was her name.
Yeah, there was another one. Her name was Scandal, and she was horrible.
Heckin' Diane perks up.
I'm sure that Edrican doesn't mean any disrespect, but this is something that hadn't come forward before, and based off of our current information, it certainly seems like that would make you someone that might be the mole, at least in this specific situation. So, pardon
A
us.
man is
if we're-
missing.
A man that was allied with us before you. We would appreciate
we could
if your
start thinking
aggressive
about
tone
him.
could perhaps subside. It is in our best interest as the Amberwood Company to make sure that we're not continuing to give information to people who might be against us.
We were all left for dead inside of a pile of corpses.
So you
Not
say.
to mention
Lexi
there's-
was there as well.
Not
I
to
can
mention there was
assure you.
absolutely no time for her to become allied with them. She's been with me since we left the temple.
You
to be
understand?
fair, they don't. They
They have
can't
no
just
way to
take
trust
our
that.
word.
Yes, you're telling us about your history, and I would normally believe you, but why do I have any reason to? Why? Please try to see this from my perspective. The lot of you might be working together with Merkwire. You.
I have a very good reason to kill him. He has something of mine.
We will give you the letter on the basis of that if, in fact, you were our enemy, coming in here, dictating it to us, having Kyverium sent away, and then coming back and asking for the letter again would be very strange behavior. You already know what the letter says, if you are the ones who indeed took it.
It would be strange or foolish.
I don't want to
Indeed,
jump to
we would have nothing
conclusions.
to gain from such a ploy.
If you... Indeed. Which is why... Diane, could you please copy down the letter? Redictate it, please.
She nods. She heads off to another room.
I do not like casting mistrust, so I apologize for the situation. May I ask why a Quixodria is interested in this to begin with?
Well, I'm helping Fenris with the whole amnesis thing, and I was honestly looking for other Quixodria because I've only ever known another one, and I heard that they were working with them.
I'm gonna have Edrigan roll insight.
I am
Actually, roll me
actually
persuasion.
furious
That's the
at
better way to go
myself
about
right
this.
now.
Roll persuasion.
like genuinely. That was so fucking dumb of me.
No.
Persuasion?
Bibi.
Yeah.
Bibi.
Yeah.
It's,
No,
it's
that was-
definitely in character for Lexi.
It's not though, cause she's a. Fuck no, I really fucked up. Persuasion, yeah.
Mhm.
Fuck.
I
Okay.
believe in you, Lexi.
Great.
trick
She's got a
there.
0 to it, so you shouldn't.
Well, I do.
Hey!
You can
Kill
see...
me.
You can see a
Kill me
desire...
and make a fucking scarf out of me.
You
Do
can
it.
see that he seems to be reaching to want to believe you. You know that Edrigan is an advocate for the equal treatment of people, so especially in this situation, he's looking for the best. There's too much information that is nebulous. He very much can't take you at face value just because you say so.
I tell you what, this is what I'm willing to do. Like I said, it's not going to behoove you very much to just come here and get more information that you'd given to us in the first place. So, I assume that you're going to try to retrieve Kyverium.
Yes.
We at least want
lost-
to know where he went.
If you get him back, then I will hire services to have a Zone of Truth cast, and we can talk again then. The main
Very well.
issue here is if someone did in fact impersonate Aristo, That means that whoever this is has decided to no longer sit by and watch us try to solve the problem. They got rid of Kyverium because they think that us sending you was a great enough threat.
Murkwire has an enormous blade made entirely of mesite. I believe he's using that to steal the memories of those he attacks.
That would certainly explain why a lot of the people that come back from the deliveries don't remember anything. Well, that's better than nothing. Although, that also means that he could have decided to take Kyverium, because Kyverium is researching that. He might try to use him as a way to buffer himself against the effects of his own weapon.
We'll see what the letter said. Hopefully, wherever he's gone is at least within a month's travel.
That's actually part of the problem. If I remember correctly where he was going, it's a bit of a trip.
At this point, Diane returns, carrying a piece of paper.
Alright, I've rewritten it based on my memory of it, which I guarantee to you is entirely correct. Which should I give it to? Assuming that we're still...
She looks over to Edrigan.
Yes, we're still going to work with them. Kyverium, we cannot inform you as to why, but we need you to come to see us in Ridgemont. The situation with the bandits is more complicated than we thought. We had to sneak away and have informed Edrigan to not let anyone know we survived our ambush on our own ambush. The bandit lord thinks us dead. Make your way to Ridgemont by any means necessary and meet us in a room at the Restful Flounder. Ask the innkeeper for a deeply restful room with a view of the beach. He'll know where to refer you. Tell no one you had been contacted by us unless necessary, and come alone unless you must bring others. Signed, collectively, by the highest standard. Of course, it was only signed by Aristo, and technically by me because I had to write it because you only decided to dictate it and didn't seem to want to write it yourself. But that's what you told me to write.
So my signature is on this. Does it look like my handwriting?
It looked like a very, very, very fancy signature that is not yours. But it is cursive out the wazoo.
Oh.
There's like little fucking smiley faces in the cursive. And
Hell
Oh my god.
Ridgemont, it says. How far away is that? That's good.
It is very far to the west. Ridgemont is a town built into, as its name implies, the side of a mountain. Did seem like an odd place to send Kyverium, especially on his own. It's also not
If
a
they
very
can get us there
important...
within a week, then that's preferable. For us and for you.
I mean, I've heard rumors about the mountains that are there, but beyond that, there's...
What about the mountains?
some kind of, He starts snapping his fingers. What is it? Not the kind of thing I believe in. Diane, there is a sort of supernatural fortune teller that lives in the mountains there, named the Silver Esper. But, we don't tend to put much stock in things that we can't make a business out of, so unfortunately that's all I know of them.
Yeah. The letter that I got said something about the Esper knowing something.
Carrie, can you not whisper so I can hear?
Okay.
Stage whisper.
Fucking, I'm trying to. I'm sorry. Okay, fucking, she's just like whispering about how the letter that she got, that she read to everybody, fucking said something about the Esper. Fucking, what was it? Sin, mother, granny, liver stick, the Esper knows. And I told all of you about that, so...
Assuming that we're still under some sort of good terms, could it be possible for us to get a carriage to that place?
Yeah, we don't really trade that much with Ridgemont. They're pretty self-contained. We do, until recently we traded with Harproth, which is a town between here and there. Actually, Diane, did we not have a issue there? And she nods. I'll address that afterwards. We could lend a carriage to you and you could use it as you want to. We don't expect you to return it. It doesn't have to be a trade one. For the sake of getting Kyverium back, we'd go to great lengths. I'll send word ahead that you're to be given whatever transport you need to get to Ridgemont, and I sincerely hope that you bring back Kyverium. How about that bag?
Turns to Aristo.
What about
Okay,
it?
Meg.
Well, it's very decorative, and you didn't have it before. If you need money, then I would assume you'd want to sell it. I think I've seen a bag like that before, actually.
You didn't have that bag before.
Well, obviously, that person was impersonating him.
It was in my backpack before. I recently decided to pull it out since we've been carrying so many extra things, thought we might need the extra storage.
In any case, not my business.
Dude, I'm so fucking suspicious of that shit. I get a roll for being suspicious as shit of that.
And it sounds perfectly fine to me. I failed the roll.
I will say,
Roll deception, Aristo.
I mean, yeah.
Because you claimed, based on the fact only that you claimed that you've had the bag and that you took it out for that reason. Oh no!
Shit.
Can I roll anything today?
That kind of day, my boy.
I choose to fail my insight.
Lexi, if you wanna, Lexi and Vogan, you two were suspicious of it. If you wanna roll insight, then
my insights.
Obviously, an interplayer roll like this can't tell you specifically what's up, but you can get a pretty strong
Isn't allowed to be raised.
You can get sus.
Am I not
I
allowed to
have
roll?
advantage because I've spent so long with him.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you need advantage to beat
About right.
that.
I mean,
Got him.
It'd be funny if they both got less than that.
you both are very aware that he did not have that bag before, and it's large enough that it probably wouldn't have fit in another bag.
A bag inside a bag. I just don't understand that concept.
I've heard they explode.
What? You
Really?
put-
He just reaches in his backpack, takes out the other bag. Ah!
So normally Lexi would be like, "You lying," but you know,
Oh,
it's
Aaron.
been a horrible meeting for her, so she's not
Because of
saying
what you
anything.
just did, I'm giving
What?
Edric an attractive advantage on that thing that he rolled.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he knows what it is.
Oh.
Oh, I can see why you wouldn't want to part with that, actually. Sorry. Yeah. Although if you do decide to sell that, I would be willing to pay quite a bit for it.
So it's a very useful bag, a lot of pockets.
Present this to the Warforged that runs the Dragon Dagger. I co-signed on the original bulletin, so I should be able to sign off on it being complete as well.
Thank you for the second chance.
Indeed.
We won't let you down.
I pray there won't be a need for a third.
I think if we fail again, we probably won't be coming back.
And he heads back off, presumably to his office.
Whenever you're ready to leave, then just see to the Platinum Watch guards at the front. They will escort you out. Thank you very much for your interest in continuing to help us, and hopefully you can solve this Harproth issue for us as well.
You lied to him about your bag.
Oh, that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I suppose I did.
How come?
Well, it's quite... Can you keep a secret?
Thought I could.
Will you, though?
I'm the thing. I'm fucking furious. Anyway, go moving on. Yep. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah,
So-
normally I'm really, really good at keeping secrets. Yep.
Poor Lexi.
Except I have a really
Aw.
shitty role player playing me, but whatever.
Hey, don't worry.
You shouldn't have to keep those type of things a secret.
Mm.
I mean, you never know.
When did you
Magic
get that bag?
items, a while back, I suppose.
No, you didn't.
I'll be back. You guys have fun.
Kitty! Kitty, it's getting juicy!
When,
You can
only
stay out. I'm
recently
not
got
going
that.
far.
when
Kitty!
yeah, you didn't have it before we were fighting the armor thing.
Yes, I suppose I did find it in that dungeon.
You
Why
found
didn't
the
you tell
thing
us
and you
about it?
didn't tell us about it? Oh, no, thanks, again. We're on the same page.
Yes, well, we were... If I'm being honest, I had just met you. I didn't know you very well yet. And I didn't know how long we'd be sticking together. Perhaps have a few trust issues. And something like this could be extremely useful for my
That's kind of
goals.
selfish and mean.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I'm not pretending to be a good person, Lexi. But that's what I did.
Okay.
It's out there now. What exactly does it do?
Yes, please tell us.
Oh, when you ask what it does, he kind of gets a devilish grin, like, oh, you're gonna like this. I just open it up and like reveal it to the group.
I trip and fall.
I don't
Nice.
get it.
It's what is known as a bag of holding. It may appear to just be a small bag, but it can actually carry a considerable amount.
And you've been having me hold the tent the whole time?
Bit of a dick move there,
Yeah,
Aristo.
you keep doing mean stuff.
What do you mean keep
Well,
doing?
you're just listing off a
Off in
bunch
the
of
distance
mean
here.
stuff.
You wanted that tent!
I listed one thing, Lexi.
The thing is the bag. You've done multiple mean things with the bag.
I think it all kind of falls under the
Wait.
same umbrella of dick moves. So it
Steps
really
up to
just
a-
counts as one.
Steps up to Aristo, looks him right in the eye, because they're the two tallest people. Can I put the tent in the bag?
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
Well, that's all you had to say, Aristo. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's all you have to do.
He's gonna like put his backpack down and like take out the large fucking rolled up tent and just watch it disappear into the hole.
I mean, I know you're right. Let's just say I didn't I haven't been around a lot of people who are deserving of trust in my life.
He's just like magic is awesome.
I would be careful when doing things like that. Near as I can tell, there's no air in there.
Little do you know that there is, in fact, up to 10 minutes of air in there.
I know, right?
We recently found that out.
Oh, really?
In the other game, we did a whole thing with a bag of holding.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it worked
It
out.
was fantastic.
There is 10 minutes of air inside the bag, divided by the number of creatures inside, minimum 1 minute.
I think someone else should take it.
Head
Just
tilt?
I don't want there to be any hard feelings.
If
If
you-
someone else would like to hold on to it,
Takes
I
bag.
understand.
Good.
And Vogan has the bag.
Vogan!
Hooray!
Good afternoon.
She takes a second to look you up and down. You're not unused to this. When you say that, she's like, "Hello. May I help you, Purple Man?"
I hope you can. Mr. Beaumont sent me over. He said that you are the person to see when dealing
She
with gemstones in the
perks
city.
up immediately. You know Edrigan Beaumont.
Yes, absolutely. I've been doing some work with him recently.
And why does that bring you here then?
I've come into possession of some gems. I've been looking to find someone to take them off my hands.
So then you would like to sell some gemstones to me. I take it you're an adventurer then.
I do some adventure work, yes.
It's very rare for somebody to come in here and try to sell anything to us, unless they got it from a raid or some bandit. She seems happy about buying them. She does give off an energy like, yes, more gems, cool. Spending our money on gems, neat. She seems very much, you get the impression she's buying these from you because you're a friend of Edrigan. So she wants to make whatever connection this is supposed to be. The total amount you get from that is 330 gold.
Do you have a star ruby or a shard of one around?
Okay, as you ask that, she hesitates for a moment, not seemingly like she's wondering how to answer. Like, she clearly immediately knows the answer. She just stops for a moment and goes,
Why?
I haven't seen one in quite some time, and I wanted to just take a look at one.
Just take a look at one? Well, if you just want to have a look at one,
she references over to one of the glass cases that have iron bars, like, inside the glass.
Is it possible I could handle it for a moment?
She narrows her eyes at you.
that is a
So
very...
around this time, we all come in. Hey, kitty! I'm kidding.
I would definitely pass on to Adrian. You were very tolerant of my idiosyncrasies.
Retrieves a key from underneath the desk, walks over to the cabinet, unlocks it, slides some part of a locking mechanism that beyond just the key lock part of it, and she opens it.
I touch it with one finger.
As you touch it, the same reaction comes from it that that came from the other star ruby. As you touch it, the ruby starts to glow lightly, as if small bits of starlight were building up inside of the ruby. And she, for a second, is like,
what are you... How are you doing that?
I don't know.
How did you know that you could do that?
I had one up until a week or so back. Well, a piece of one. I just wanted to see if it was just that one or if this is a thing I do with all of them.
And you just have some supernatural ability to touch star rubies and to have them... Did you do something to it? What have you done to it?
No, nothing at all.
She, instead of returning it to the shelf, she wraps it up in a cloth. You guys come in around this time, by the way, find the place and entering. She looks to the others that enter the shop, looks to you.
I mean no disrespect, but I believe that I will have somebody take a look at this.
Yes, I assure you, you'll find nothing wrong. If you ever need for us, we should be in for the next few days before business has us out of town. You could find us at the Dragging Dagger whenever you'd like.
She nods and she, again, wraps it up, puts the Star Ruby, what looks like just in a lockbox near the front. She pulls it from under her desk, closes it, locks it, puts it back under.
Is there anything I can do for the lot of you?
Just looks over at Miriam, see how he looks, see everything go good. Like
Yes, I think that's our business concluded. Thank you for dealing with my strangeness. We won't keep you too long.
Any friend of Edrigan is a friend of mine.
It's Vorticia, right?
That is correct.
I'll definitely make sure to remember that and pass that to the right people.
Ah, the jeweler.
Yes, my name is Vorticia Crandathan.
Excuse me, Vorticia, do you just sell gems or do you do things with them?
Well, I have services that could make them if you want them made.
I don't need anything made. My name is Quintus Valorbilt of House Valorbilt.
You're a knight from the land away, aren't you?
Yes, I am. And I recently came into a gym of sorts. He just kind of looks back toward Lexi and Fenris. And I wanted to know if I could make a trinket with it if possible. Something that I could wear proudly.
Oh.
Well, depending on what you want done with it, certainly. It's of a large enough cut that I could make it into... What do you want it made into specifically?
Either potentially a ring or a necklace of sort or something of that nature. Heck, even an earring would be something.
May I ask what you would like this ring for? Is there somebody special in your life?
This will be for me.
Well, I'd say that you're somebody special.
I'm not.
As soon as she saw Quintus, Miriam, you noticed that her disposition changed entirely.
I'm sure this is not something I'm unused to.
Oh no!
It's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's quite bad. It's a gross racist.
That's standard bad for Miriam. He's like,
oh.
That's fair.
The pains of being a tiefling in a setting where the DM's running you like you're a tiefling.
Like you're an actual
tiefling.
And not a ball of hugs.
He'll place down the 10 gold and he'll put down one extra one as well, as he's just like, when can I expect this?
I think I should be done of it within a couple of days. I'll send it off to the person that I get to do my actual crafting.
As he does that, he's just gonna go over toward Kitty and just pat him on the shoulder like, yay, we done?
A lot of you seem to have a very keen interest in gemstones. He certainly came in with a lot of them.
Yes, we lifted them off of some unfortunate gnolls who happened to be in our way.
We're a bit of the adventuring types.
She meets eyes with Quintus and just establishes eye contact.
If you get more of them, maybe we could discuss in the future more of a long-term business venture. I'd like to speak at length with a knight. I've never had the chance to.
Get her.
Get her.
That is like the most not wife.
If you ever have need for me, then please send message to the Dragging Dagger looking for the highest standard. Or just Quintus.
Apart from her continued attempts to be a gold digger, she doesn't really have a lot else to say.
He will make its way out with Kitty.
The rest of you pick up on that pretty quickly, that as soon as a handsome man saying they were a knight walked in, this woman was just like, oh, really? Hello, future husband. I'm going to say at this point, with that, I believe we should probably wrap up. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye, everybody!
Party time!
Bye! You ready, anybody?